We know that there are many, many others out there. I hope that other people hearing about this feel empowered to come forward and to join in this quest to seek accountability.
Another person has come forward saying that they were sexually assaulted while at the U.S. Coast Guard Academy. We spoke to one of the lawyers in that case. And good morning to you. Thanks for joining us at 6 here at Fox 61 and streaming on Fox 61 Plus, America Areas.
And I'm Bridget Piorla. It's already shaping up to be a nice day over Mohegan Sun behind us. They're a bit hazy, though. Some places are waking up to some showers or sprinkles.
Yeah, we have some downpours out there across parts of the state this morning. So heavier rain showers in some parts. Otherwise, we are waking up with a mostly cloudy sky. Temperatures are starting off in the 70s. It's not going to be as warm today. Temperatures yesterday ranged in the 90s, around 96 degrees in Hartford, 95 the high temperature in Windsor Locks. The upper 90s made it all the way down to the shoreline, but the heat wave ends today. We're going to see numbers hold in the upper 70s to right around 80 degrees, and the humidity begins to drop off too. We have those showers around this morning. Some embedded downpours located in southeastern Connecticut towards Clinton, Madison, Killingworth, dealing with some steadier rain up towards Montville, Norwich through Plainfield, 395 just south of Brooklyn, and Killingly now dealing with some steadier rain showers too. So the precipitation chances for today are really elevated this morning. By the late morning and early afternoon, I do think we are expecting drier skies out there, although it will be mostly cloudy throughout the day. Temperatures out the door are in the 70s now. We're going to make it all the way to the upper 70s to near 80 later on. Humidity hasn't necessarily dropped off too much across parts of the state, but over in Hartford and Windsor Locks, certainly feeling a little bit better, still muggy towards New Haven. Highs today, 75 in Hamden, 77 in Hartford. We'll go with the middle 70s in southeastern Connecticut, so numbers really not fluctuating much from this morning and into the early afternoon. We'll talk about where we go from here, your full 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit. As we check in with the roads here at about 6:02 across the state, we have some areas of road work now. 91 southbound intermittent lane closures from 23 to 22. So give yourself a little extra time as that begins to clear this morning between now and the 7 o'clock hours. And then on the Merritt Parkway, Wilbur Cross over in this area over towards Wallingford, dealing with some road work too. So 67 to 68 may slow you down just a bit as you're jumping onto 91. Over to you.
Rachel, thanks so much. And we've been following breaking news coming out of Wallingford. The fire department there was very busy last night. They had to put out 2 fires in less than an hour.
And we're told 3 firefighters were hurt in total. Fox 61's Kayla Cade is live in Wallingford this morning with more details. And Kayla, these fires happen not far from each other, right?
Exactly. Yeah, they happened less than 4 miles away from each other. One of them happened here at the Staffordshire Commons condo complex, and the other one was at an apartment complex. Now, everyone in both of these buildings made it out okay. They're safe and everything, but 3 firefighters have minor injuries. Now, firefighters were called to Staffordshire Commons on Stephen Barbino way just before 7 last night. A heavy fire was reported on the porch and the roof of 3 units, and everyone was evacuated, but firefighters had to call in crews from Meriden to help. They also had help from the East Wallingford and North Farms volunteer companies, and 3 firefighters were hurt and 2 of them were taken to the hospital. The fire department did not say how the firefighters were hurt, but just that they are expected to be okay. Some people who live here are now without a home, and we do not know how many are displaced, but the Red Cross is helping them. Now, 49 minutes later, crews responded to another fire at Parker Place Apartments on Parker Street. Firefighters say they received a call about people possibly trapped on the 4th floor balcony. And firefighters from Hamden, North Haven, Middletown, Cheshire, and North Branford came to help. The Wallingford Fire Department says the fire started on a stove on the 4th floor, but was mostly contained by the building's sprinkler system. No one was hurt in this fire, but the building has extensive smoke and water damage. Wallingford Emergency Management is helping those who were affected. Now, both of these fires are under investigation. In Wallingford, Kayla Cade, Fox 61.
All right, Kayla, appreciate that. Thank you so much. And now at 6, another person has come forward to join the sexual assault investigation against the United States Coast Guard.
Now, this makes the total number of complaints of sexual assault 31. Those claims are that the Coast Guard Academy in New London did not take action to protect cadets from sexual assault. Fox 61's Stephen Reels spoke with one of the lawyers who represents the former cadets. He has the latest on the case.
Complaints first started to come in against the U.S. Coast Guard Academy out here in New London in September of last year. But this latest complaint, lawyers say, sheds a similar light to those as well, and claims that the U.S. Coast Guard Academy, they knew about the sexual assault, but allowed it to happen and even covered it up.
This survivor talks about how she would never have been assaulted if she'd been able to lock her doors.
This is the latest story lawyer Christy Dunn has heard in the ongoing sexual assault investigation against the U.S. Coast Guard Academy. Wednesday, victim number 31 filed a complaint against the military branch, adding to the multiple outspoken voices over the past year who have made similar complaints.
My cries and pleas to be seen and heard did not fall upon deaf ears, but weak leaders.
The latest cadet to file a complaint is referred to only as Jane Doe. She claims to have been assaulted at the academy back in 2010 and experienced multiple cases of sexual violence after they say they were not allowed to lock their door. This was a similar claim to 27 other women who made accusations, along with 2 men and a former cadet who identifies as non-binary, with cases ranging between the 1980s and 2017.
I keep getting calls from survivors, and I think I've heard this story before, right? They are very similar.
What does it all say when all these complaints are so similar?
That it was a systemic failing by the Coast Guard.
Now Dunn says the survivors want accountability from the Coast Guard Academy and policy changes to prevent anything like this from happening again. But for now, Dunn encourages anyone who's been affected to reach out to her team and share their story.
We know that there are many, many others out there. I hope that other people hearing about this feel empowered to come forward and to join in this quest to seek accountability.
At the moment, the Coast Guard has not responded to any of these administrative complaints. But if the branch denies them, this could allow the people who filed the complaints to start a lawsuit in federal court. In New London, Stephen Reels, Fox 61.
In court, a student who police say was stabbed at a party in Shelton took the witness stand in Raul Valley's murder trial. Valley is accused of stabbing and killing 17-year-old James McGrath at that party in 2022. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules has been inside the courtroom all week long. She has this update for us this morning.
More testimony in the Raul Valley murder trial. The jury heard from the final stabbing victim to take the stand, Ryan Hines, who says his lung collapsed after he was stabbed by Valley.
I'm realizing I had gotten stabbed. I hear all the bubbles and like my lung collapsing, basically.
Ryan Hines, a Shelton High School student at the time, says he was stabbed 3 times by Valley during a fight. He recalled the moment he realized he was stabbed.
And like bubbles in my chest. It was a really weird sound. I don't know how to describe it. I never want to hear that sound ever again. It kind of like haunts me in a way.
Hines says he got into a fight with Valley and one of his friends at a different party earlier that night after they took his 12-pack of beer. The fight was quickly broken up, but later that night, police say Valley and others went to another party on Laurel Glen Drive. Keenan Frasick, a St. Joseph student, also took the stand. He says he was in the car with Valley and 6 other people. When they arrived to the second party, he says Shelton High students surrounded the car.
Things were thrown, and the people were on the back of the car, bouncing on the rear bumpers. People were outside the passenger window, the backseat windows, banging on the windows.
He told the jury what happened next.
Lito was searching for a weapon in the car. He said, "Jack, where is your knife?"
When cross-examined, the defense questioned Frasick's recollection of events that night after giving conflicting timelines during his testimony.
He said yes, and it was either you do have a clear recollection of them being at the car or you don't have a clear recollection.
Yes, I have a clear recollection they were at the car.
You have a clear recollection
And I
now
was
of
not
seeing
with
them at the car.
Yes.
You just said that they could have been in the car, they could have been out of the car. Were they in the car or out of the car?
It's been 3 years.
I'm sorry?
It's been 3 years.
I understand that, sir.
All witnesses who took the stand did confirm that there was underage drinking that happened at both parties the night of the incident. In Milford, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
A man who state police say died in a motorcycle crash in Bethany is being remembered. Fox 61's Raven Blue spoke with his employer, who shared his most cherished memories and what he meant to the community.
Philip Labanti's boss called him a gentle giant with an ability to connect with anyone. But now that connection is gone after a tragic crash Monday night took Labanti's life. Prisco Panza, president of Wind Supply of Shelton, was home when he got the call early Tuesday morning that his employee, Philip Labanti, had died. An empty cubicle where the father of two worked is left behind, reminding those that worked with him for the past year of his unforgettable spirit and personality. Labanti was killed Monday night when state police say he hit a deer on Route 69 while riding his motorcycle. Tragically, troopers say he was run over by a car after the initial crash. He was pronounced dead at the scene. A loss, Panza says, not only has a huge impact on his company and employees, but on the community as well.
What I'm going to miss most about him is, the fact that he felt like he could come in here and talk to me anytime and sit down and we could discuss things without reservation about just about anything.
The crash remains under investigation. State police is asking anyone who may have seen it or has dash cam video of the crash to give them a call. In Shelton, Raven Blue, Fox 61.
Raven, thank you. We do have a Fox 61 follow-up for you now on a controversial club in Plymouth. The Wicked Fun Club, a so-called swingers club, has officially gotten the boot. That's per documents from the Plymouth Zoning Board of Appeals. The club operated next to a church, and it was shut down back in April over zoning violations. They fought the ruling, but as of June 12th, the owners confirmed that they vacated the property. It's not clear if the club has reopened somewhere else.